She took over an existing business that we had started many years ago and has grown it into a substantial entity.
Under her direction, she built a good example of a true growth company. It went from a small workshop behind Jim's garage to a modern facility out in the airport area.
I mean, everything is getting to the point to where they want the life of the lamps to be longer. So we've had to develop a metal halide beacon. We're developing an LED light fixture right now as we speak.
And the surprising thing about it is that her competitors are mainly very large companies. To them, shipment in 4 to 6 weeks is normal. For her, shipment tomorrow is normal. And when you have runway lights that are not operating, airport managers get a little testy when you say it's going to be 4 to 6 weeks.
She can fly the products to the customer. It's almost unheard of with Winerica. We pride ourselves in shipping repair parts within 24 hours. 98% of our repair part orders, we'll have customers call at 3 or 3:15. UPS picks up 3:45. Boom, we're on it, and she's sometimes out there helping us to get the order out the door.
If you had to come up with a criteria, we'd say that if we don't take care of the customer, somebody else will.
Our customer base, I know many of them by first name. I know that what kind of aircraft they fly, how long they've been flying, and it's still very satisfying to me that when they call our company, they don't get an answering machine during the day. They get a live person.
We make a lot of trips to Atlanta Hartsfield Airport. They're probably, by and large, our biggest customer.
Most of, not all of our regulators are Winerica. We have very little downtime with them. If we have any problems, it seems that they're a phone call away. We got technical support over the phone if we need it. Of course, we have spare regulators. We very seldom have to use them because Winerica regulators are very reliable.
There's an awful lot of setup. I mean, we go down just for courtesy, a couple times a year just to make sure everything's working fine.
We have the best employees, bar none. We obviously are not a large company, so it's very important to us that we consider ourselves family.
Gayle's just a great lady. I mean, her door is always open. Her employees are family. We feel like that, and she makes us feel like that. When people come in here, they don't leave.
Yeah, we're more friends than we are, employees. And friends first, employees, but she's the boss, so she still calls the shots.
If I had to give advice to Lisa or anyone else, I think the first thing would be you have to enjoy what you're doing. I mean, I can't imagine getting up on Monday morning and dreading coming to work. Now, obviously, when you have kids, that throws another mix into that, and you learn to multitask and do as much as you can because obviously your family comes first.
She's a really good mom. I like her a lot. I'm really glad that she's my mom, not someone else's.
Another state I read about where a company had just started to put a corporate daycare center in and started talking about it and decided that certainly could be something we could do here, and that's what we did.
I was able to bring my children in there also, which was wonderful. Just to be able to have the kids here, to walk back whenever you want to see them, a little hug, good quality time. It's priceless to know that your kids are right here with you.
My title back then was actually shop dad. Busted knee, got to go in and work on it and love on the kids a little bit.
Gayle is one of these rare people that if you're lucky enough to have somebody like Gayle that you know in your life, somebody that, especially young girls, I mean, can you imagine the young girls that are just looking at Gayle thinking, oh, and you can just see them, oh, if I could just be like her.
I think we took one of my friends, Caitlin, on her first ever plane ride, and she'd never been in it, so Mom's like, oh, well, I'm gonna go fly you. She was just absolutely amazed by it. And she was like, that's so cool, your mom's a pilot.
She was the first one, she was the first woman president of the chamber, and it was so totally it was kind of a laugh for us gals that were still kind of, the guys looked on us as not quite the leaders. And Gayle just took charge, literally took charge and said the meetings will be at 7:30 and you better not be late.
I mean, Gayle, when we were monkeying around with the incubator, if you remember, she brought a company into the incubator and nurtured and brought good people in that she could count on. And then she kind of becomes kind of the backstop for things. But she's a great advisor.
Gayle picked us up, dusted us off, and gave us a new chance. And every time I talk about that, I get a little... Because she especially gave me a shot at the brass ring. She put a lot of faith in us. And I wouldn't be where I'm at today if it weren't for Gayle.
The civic philosophy is very strong. I've always felt a need and a desire to give back to the community that has been exceptionally kind to me. And not only does our company, but our employees, and that's something that is just a given. If someone says, gee, I want to serve in this capacity or whatever, we certainly will give them time to do that. And we do a lot of things here in kind from the company. My parents would be the first to tell you I did not enjoy flying growing up. My brother Jeffrey and I would be in the back seat of four-place aircraft, and it would be a hot summer day, and he'd be sitting there saying, isn't this great? And in between me throwing up, I'd say, no, it's not. So I really did not share the love of aviation that the rest of my family did until much later in life.
And one day, one Saturday, Marge and I were sitting at home, and she came in and said, I have something I want to tell you. And she said, of course, her existing boyfriend at that time, she said, was part of the problem. And she said, of course, I had to go to Dr. Bonar. Dr. Bonar at that time was an OB-GYN man. And I could look at Marge's face and see that things were not exactly the way she thought they probably should be. Anyway, at the last minute, she pulled out a handkerchief, blew her nose, and said, I soloed this morning.
And that probably was the highlight in the surprises, and not a very pleasant one at that time, because I thought she was visiting a doctor for other reasons.
I always enjoyed the fly-ins, and I had my grandson with me one time, and we always drew tickets to get the ride in the helicopter. I'm pretty sure that Gayle thumbed out my grandson's ticket because he got to go.
We were doing the Chamber of Commerce, the roof, and there was 4 stories of construction scaffolding there. And I just wanted to do a drive-by. I was doing my thing. I was driving by, and there's another one of these. I almost hit the car in front of me. So I swing over to the curb, and I look up, and there's 4 tough guys up there, my tough guys. Carhartts, hard hats. And then there's this 5th one, this beautiful lady, high heels and a dress. And the only thing that crossed my mind is, how the hell did she get up there?
When I think about Gayle, I think about, she's a very loyal person. She is loyal to her friends. I mean, if you're Gayle Gorman's friend, you're going to be her friend for a lifetime.
I just want everybody to know I'm proud to call her friend, and that she's just a rare person. There are a lot of actors out there, men and women, and she's not an actor. She's the real deal.